big. How do I do that?
It should just pop up.
It doesn't do that for me.
What's your email? Because for some reason James's isn't working. It's Coon, not Wood. I'll just say Modest. There we go. Okay. 3 watching. Sick. Those are my favorite people because they actually showed up like a boss. Ah, sweet. Here, I'm gonna add Mr. James Coon to the Hangout. What up? Okay, so I'll do a little intro, and then we'll introduce everybody else. I don't know what that frozen motion was. Anyway, so I'm David. We got Tommy F. Yeah. We got James Wood, and we have Alan Lee Kearns, who helped me build my Blue 240. And he's actually right now working on a Fox body that he found that was laying around for 20 years behind a concrete wall and under a tree. So he got it for $450. So if you hear loud noises, that's Alan.
Sorry, guys.
James Wood has a Mazda RX-7 FC that I reviewed, and he does hill climbs, and then he blew his diff at hill climb, but it's okay, he fixed it. And then Tommy F. Yeah has owned 100-something BMW E36s. So that's kind of my little intro for everybody. But other than that, today we're going to be talking about our own project cars. We're also going to be talking about a certain company that totally screwed over everybody. And then other than that, we're just going to do Q&A and all that good stuff. Obviously, it's hard to get everybody's question, so typically we'll kind of moderate and pick one and then go from there. So now that we've gotten started, let's talk about Tommy. And so what made the E36 the car for you? I've always been curious about that.
You like lagged for a second. What'd you say?
I said, what made the E36 like the car for you to like love and restore so much?
Honestly, like, I'm not even going to say that they're a car for me. What happened was I built like a lot of Japanese cars, and I started like, after building and aborting and like, you know, scrapping projects and stuff, I started like getting like a formula on what I want out of a car. You know what I mean? Like everyone, I feel like, does that. And they're kind of weird, and I won't get into like what is in the formula, but I thought the E36 fit that. So I started going a little nuts with the E36s. It ended up that they didn't fit that, but I found like a new love for them, which was like just admiring them in like almost a stock like OEM plug. I thought they were really cool, easy to work on, and you know, it just kind of, and there's tons of money to be made.
Hold on, hey Alan, would you mind just so you have something to say? I don't mean that in a bad way.
Sorry.
No, you're good, dude. Keep working. He's killing it, guys. Sorry, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but I was hearing when Tommy was like, okay, so back to Tommy.
So yeah, I just admire them in the OEM Plus way. I love that BMW has a lot of parts for older cars. I mean, you can almost rebuild like a 70s 2002 TII with all dealership parts, and no other Japanese cars like that. After about, I think, 10 or 12 years, they cease production, and then they just start to pull from their stockpiles, and when it's out, you know?
Right.
So the E36 being able to like be like, oh, I hate this carpet, it's got coffee stain on it, and being able to go to the dealer and get one for $450 is awesome. I mean, I've got a Mazda RX-7, I've got GTR, I've got 240s, I've got a bunch of stuff, but the BMW is the only car I've found yet, and I'm sure like Porsche does it and stuff, but like that you can just call the dealer and be like, hey, I need this clip or, you know, anything, and it's available within a day, free shipping. If it's from Germany, it's from Germany. It's like, it's awesome. It's just basically that support.
I think what's interesting too, it's kind of like the recent thing Mazda just said. They're going to absolutely reproduce the NA Miata for a little while.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really smart choice because it is the budget race car. I mean, it's what everybody uses as their start race car. You can do a basically, you know, with a piggy bank, you can buy an NA Miata.
Yeah, I haven't done that too.
Let's see here. So somebody earlier asked if I still wanted to drift. Yeah. So I'll get into my stuff. Most people here probably already know what I have. I got a Mustang GT with a Pro Charger. I got the Blue JZ, which is 2JZ 240, which me and Tommy had a lot of fun with racing the FRS at Wanna Go Fast. And then after that, I have an Integra now, which I do every now and then. I'm actually in between the Integra and also my drift car, which is a behind the scenes thing where I'm filming all at once. And then once all those videos are done and the car is done, it's just going to be a binge series. So yeah, and most people know what I'm doing to the car behind the scenes, and so they'd understand why it'll take so long. And the last thing I want to do to my viewers is have them wait and wait and wait. So I'd rather have you guys wait all at once than put out one video and go, yeah, we did this, and then 3 months later we achieve something else. That way you get excited when you see the whole thing. But the Integra right now is making progress. But the thing is that I'm actually about to close on my first house. So I have to commit to that, save my money, do that, put down the down payment, and then it's kind of back to the Project Core life after that's over. So I'm just kind of doing all that. But yeah, the drift car I'm very excited about. It's an absolute piece of junk. We have to restore basically everything. Which also I would say me and Tommy get along in that aspect too, to where we need everything to be almost perfect. A lot of people in the car community, especially on YouTube, they'll build cars just for the content, and then it blows up 2 weeks later after they finished it. And we're just like, no, we like restoring cars and have them last. I mean, this isn't arrogance, but I was the only team without a trailer during the Project Car Challenge. I thought the rules were that we were supposed to drive our cars everywhere. And so we drove it from Atlanta to all the locations and then raced and then drove it home. But I don't see any other cars on the challenge doing that. And that's not me being mean. I just don't see it happening.
No, I mean, that's what I try to tell people. It's like, we went to Vegas, and could you imagine spending let's say $1,200, $1,500 to ship your car to Vegas, get there just to get on the track and have the dumbest part fail and ruin the whole thing, and then have to ship the car back broken and not be able to fix it just to save however many dollars and however much time. It's not worth it.
Yeah, and thank you, H. Ross, who just said congrats on closing on home. Now, when it comes to Mr. James Wood here, you are actually friends with the Michelin rep we met during the Project Car Challenge. And he was telling me all about the hill climb stuff that you do, and also the time attack and all that. And he also, if you're near Greenville, South Carolina, they do autocrosses at Clemson. So you should definitely check those out. They're really cool. And I want to do it myself, but my Integra is on economy tires right now, and I feel like I'll just slide all over the place, but I'll probably do it anyway. Other than that, James, what did you recently did something to your dashboard? You should tell everybody about that.
Yeah, so hey guys, I'm James Wood. I've got the Blue FC that Dave reviewed, the NA car with the turbo hood. But so recently what we did on my car was I always had a problem with sunlight, and every hill climb hit the windshield and just reflected on it. So we decided to pull the dash out, flock it, and then put it back in. Turned out pretty decent for the first try. It was kind of a challenge just because once you put that glue down, you literally have 10 minutes to get it right. So putting the glue down takes probably three minutes to get everywhere. Then you got to spray that crap all over it. But it turned out really great. I haven't even tested it yet because the car's basically been on jack stands since then.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll get to go drive it this weekend. I can actually see if it helps or not. But
go ahead. Sorry. Apologies.
No, I was just saying it looks cool at the end. So there's that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's kind of like my the Blue JZ's dashboard was perfect when I got it, and then it cracked. It's just funny how just it's sitting just for even a little bit cracks in the dash. And it's funny because the S14 has cracked dash, but not as much as the S13. Not even close.
Wait, you have an
Um,
S14?
No, I'm saying friends of mine who have S14,
Oh, yeah.
it's definitely not as big of a problem. But with somebody asked me on here, does the Integra have a name? And Alejandra named it Peggy the Teggy. And then at one point I was going to the DMV so much with all these project cars and renewing my tag and everything. There's this one lady at the DMV named Tabitha. We're like, we should just call it Tabitha because we see her so much. Alan, how's it going, buddy? How's the Mustang going? Is it going well?
Yeah, it's
Like, we
coming
should
along.
just call it Tabitha because we see her so.
I'm literally about to call it.
Alan, how's it going, buddy? How's the Mustang going? Oh, somebody has the mic turned on or no headphones.
Can you hear me? Literally about to call it.
Alan, how's it going, buddy? Uh-oh, we got some lag going on. Sorry, everybody. Turn on or no headphones. Tabitha the Teggy. That doesn't sound bad. That doesn't
Oh my
sound bad.
god.
Alan, how's it going?
What is happening?
Okay, somebody is really screwing up. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. Okay, I think or not. Okay, somebody is really screwing up. James, plug in your headphones. Do you have headphones? Okay.
Mine's muted.
Or not. Okay. Someone is messing up, and it's not me. Plug in your headphones. Do you have headphones? I'm so sorry, everybody.
Mine's muted.
You want me to call back?
Yeah, call back. See if that does it.
All right.
Not me. Plug in your headphones. Oh, it's Tommy. I think it's you, buddy. I think you need headphones. That does it.
I muted all my stuff. It's not me.
Oh, it's Tommy. I think it's you, buddy.
We good?
I muted all my stuff. It's not me.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either.
I just made sure I wasn't through my speakers. Here, everybody mute. Everyone. Okay, we're going to do this. Okay, process of elimination.
Seems quiet.
Just wait. Sorry. Have you tried turning it on and off again? How many car guys does it take to work a live stream? That's a really great question. Anyway, 404 watching error. Let's go. Okay. All right, everybody. Let's move on. I think we're good. So I think what we'll do is just, unmute yourself when you're ready to say something. That's what we'll do.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Okay, so James Modest just joined, aka the owner of Jasmine, this freaking scariest car in the freaking world. To this day, I still think James's car is the scariest thing I've ever driven. And what's funny is his car was the first car over 500 horsepower I ever drove. And Genius David decided to drive a 900 wheel horsepower Evo in the ice. And that went well.
That was terrifying for the both of us.
Hey, Tommy, try to, he backed out. Okay. So he backed out. He's going to come back in. All right. What's the perfect dad car? I'll say Pontiac Aztek, dude. That's what I'll
Minivans.
I'm actually, this is totally non-car related, but I actually just started showing Alejandra Breaking Bad, and that's why it's on my mind. She'd never seen it. So I was like, let me grace you with this beautiful art of filmmaking. But yeah, we're watching that, and he drives a Pontiac Aztek in that.
Or CRV.
Or the CRV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I typically see a lot of dads rocking a CRV.
Dad.
With a little
370Z
B20 in
or
it.
Genesis 370Z.
Little B20 with a turbo.
Let's see. Pontiac, Montana. I forgot that. Is that even a car? I totally forgot. I'm sorry. Let's see. Okay. Prius is up there. Okay, so we're going to move on to our next topic. James, you have heard about the lovely brand known as Volkswagen, right? Did you hear what the lovely brand of Volkswagen was doing? That was even worse than before.
Yeah, we were talking about the whole exhaust test thing.
Yeah, so this is not us making this up. This is not rumors. This is not some political BS. This is fact under the court of law. VW got caught testing their diesel exhaust on monkeys.
Yep.
And they would train monkeys to watch cartoons, and they put them in this glass box for 4 hours, put one of their clean diesels on a dyno, and funnel the exhaust into the glass box where the monkeys were watching, and then test after it was over.
Jesus.
And no, it's not only VW with the whole defeat system, but the monkey thing, I've never heard of that. Never heard of that.
Yeah.
Well, Audi's part of Volkswagen. So
What were the results? Did they actually see any kind of difference?
Okay, so put it this way. The defeat device, the way the defeat device worked to pass California emissions was that they programmed it to where it would do much lower emissions when it was on a dyno. The car could tell it was on a dyno. And the way it worked is that if you turned the wheel, it went back to normal and emitted like 6 or 7 times the emissions. So about the same as like an old diesel F-150, like from the 80s or 90s. And by doing that, it even said in some of their production before, like for their tests, they even said they considered human trials. I can't make this up. I would never like hurt a brand that bad if it wasn't true. And I mean, VW employs 600,000 people, and the executives under the court of law said, "Oh, is this small group of engineers who did everything? Get out of here. Don't even joke." Like, and apparently there was emails to each other about the risk involved of cheating the system. Like, we could, lose some money and everything else. It's like, well, yeah, you're going to lose more than your money. Like, and it sucks because I love VW's cars, like their GTI and everything else. I think they're great, but it's just like, it feels gross. Like, it feels so gross. And I'm not like PETA or anything, it's not like, oh my God. I as soon as I heard the news, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I couldn't believe it, but I know a lot of them resigned and a lot of people. Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do after you get caught? They're like, peace, out of here. But I mean, a lot of people, I thought it was a cheap shot, honestly, but at the same time, it's highly ironic that Hitler helped find VW, who was also, gassing people, which sounds terrible. But how ironic, 100 years later, almost. But yeah. Do you guys have any thoughts on this? Would you ever buy a VW again? Because I'm asking my audience too. Would you ever buy a VW again after learning this stuff?
I would never buy a VW, period.
Yeah, I'm with Tommy on that one.
Never crossed my mind.
Never wanted to buy a VW.
Couldn't pay me.
I like the umbrella. I don't like VW. I like Lambo and all that, but I don't. It's just like gross.
They're too big to be doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ruckus, for the super chat. I appreciate it. He's a cool story, bro. I mean, it's a cool story if you want a juicy story that ruins a company's everything. I mean, I just don't get it. I do not get it.
David, you know what you should do? You
I
should
mean-
make me a moderator in the chat.
Of all the ways to test their diesels, I mean, there's so many other ways to do it. And you
Well,
just have to pick monkeys and humans.
Do you know how they got caught? Was
They're the
because
Hitler of
they
automotive
well,
industry.
okay,
The
but,
monkey
like,
posted it on Facebook.
That's exactly what happened. But actually, the way they got caught was that, you know, everybody was struggling to pass the California diesel emissions, right? And VW was so desperate to become the #1 diesel seller in America that they did the defeat device. But, you know, the world didn't know they had a defeat device. So, like green EPA, emission testers, all this were like, wow, VW, you've really done something amazing. You've cleaned up diesel emissions. We have to learn about this technology.
God.
And so they bought one of their cars and researched under it and made sure that everything they said was true. And they found out it was anything but true. So it's just unreal. But yeah, I just can't believe it. I like, because GM got caught doing emission tests too. I mean, a bunch of people have defeat devices over the years, right? But never
Who has the #1 diesel right now in California? Do we know that?
VW, ironically.
For how much longer?
Well, they, by law, the federal government just told VW they have to buy back all the cars that the customer wants it back or gives it back. Excuse me. So that's like, I think they sold in their first year 550,000. So yeah.
Can we not just take a moment to realize how bright Ron Don's shirt is right now?
I know it's very
not.
bright.
It's nice.
So
It's a
I
blouse.
have some super chats coming in, so I want to answer those because they're about that life and they're very kind. So Miguel says that all happened during the Dieselgate thing. There's a documentary on Netflix about it. I think James Wood just told me it was on that show Dirty Money as well.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but
On Netflix. Go check it out.
yeah. Modded All Garage just say I'll still get an older GLA. I like the look. Well, you know, that was before they were these monsters. Like, you know, like because they got a new president and CEO only, I think, maybe 5-6 years ago. It's something along those lines. It wasn't that long ago. I know the actually, no, it was like 2004 or 2005. That's when the new guy came in and was like, listen, we're going to be the #1 diesel people in the world. And I just imagine a big giant lair in a cliff with a VW logo on it now. Like, ha, like insane.
Like the Dr. Evil layer.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on. I would like to hear everybody in the chat. If you've ever owned a VW, what is your opinion about all of this? Because brand loyalty is hard to let go. I understand that. Like, I mean, it's hard to let go.
Let me say this.
I mean,
Let me say this: the Mark IV GTI is not a Mark IV. Can we just get that out of the way now?
everybody associated with the Supra, right?
Yeah.
We have a VW Jetta sitting in the driveway right now.
Damn you, Brianna.
I know, right? We're just gonna have to sell that thing now.
It's not diesel, so it's okay.
Yeah, which is funny because their gas emissions were fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of their gas stuff. So my sister has a Jetta, and now I'm just like, get that thing out of here. And it sucks because it just sucks because I love other cars they make. You know, like one of my favorite cars ever made is the Audi RS7, and I drove one of those during adventure drives last year, and it was, you could argue is the most all around best car ever made. Because it had sound deadening in it so thick that the glass and Easy Pass can't be read through it. That's how nice it is. But sorry. Oh, Tommy, have you mod me, David? I want to run this chat, dude. Tommy, you just gave me $2 just so you can do that. Well, you know what, Tommy? That was legit. So,
Brutal.
So I didn't introduce Ron because he was gone. He was driving.
Howdy.
So howdy. Ron here with the epic tattoos.
When did you change?
You should show everybody your bois tattoo.
Hold on.
Look, he has the old like YouTube. Hold on.
The shoop de whoop, man. It's where YouTube was cool. It was like back in like E-Bomb's world. If anyone
Yeah,
knows
that
what
was
E-Bomb's world
when
is besides
that
the
was
chat.
when like when you were known for that one video, you weren't a content creator. Like you were Chocolate Rain guy or you were Star Wars
Like
King
rain.
or any of those. You weren't like an actual legitimate creator. It's funny how that all turned around.
Yeah.
E-Bomb's world for days. Oh yeah, anyway, Ron, what cars have you owned?
Me, starting from the beginning, the black 93 R33 that you reviewed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went from that to a 1994 right-hand drive hardtop Baltic Blue Supra.
Uh-huh.
Went from
Yes.
that to a went from that to a Evo 8.
Tell me how that went, Ron.
Actually, honestly,
Yeah, bro.
honestly, out of all the cars I've owned, minus the S15, because it's not 100%. We'll get to that later. That's probably the funnest car I've drove. The funnest car.
And owned for the shortest amount of time.
Exactly.
That's
Uh,
why
Evo owner.
extended Evo use is not to be recommended.
No.
And then I sold the Evo and got a 96 R33 GTST.
That you really didn't like. I remember you just didn't get
No,
attached
what?
to that one.
No, it wasn't there for me because I didn't put really any work into it. It was pretty much was already done when I got it. It wasn't like the black one.
So somebody just said, why does David hate on the Evo? I don't hate on the Evo.
I
don't.
do.
It's like,
But James has gone through 4 engines. Ron went through 1.
Evos are the best.
Almost everybody I know has gone through at least 1 engine. Eddie, one of
Stock
my good friends.
Evos are
I
good.
told
Yeah.
Eddie from the beginning never mod his Evo. Never.
And then he put like an exhaust on it and it blew up.
He
like,
got
it's
he got
insane.
the manual boost controller and had Taylor tune it at top speed and put an exhaust and it blew up.
Yeah, but don't even start talking about like Subarus. They're even worse.
They're even, yeah, I mean,
Oh no, that's no one in this chat owns a Subaru, do they?
most people in this chat probably do.
Never have
like,
I ever.
I built a hill climb Subaru and it went through 4 motors
Hell yeah.
in a solid 2 years.
I made a huge mistake yesterday on I never get involved with like internet car arguments ever. And somebody said, what should I buy with the cheapest, or like what car would make the power the cheapest? And
Oh,
somebody
God.
said N54.
LS.
No, well, N54. This was his 3 choices though.
Oh,
He gave us 3. He said N54, 4G63, or Coyote. And
Coyote.
I said, if power is the only thing you want,
Coyote.
it is the cheapest way to go fast, like in a straight line. And oh my God, the storm that I caused. I just gave him from experience. I mean, James, I mean, you've built how many motors now for Jasmine?
Yeah, we're still on the 4th. This is the longest
You know.
it's been on 1 engine, so.
But no, it just sucks because the Evo is one of my favorite cars to drive. It really is. Like, I think it's such a fun car.
No, and when you do it correctly, it's a really good car. I mean, they are fun to drive. In fact, actually, if I wanted another Evo, I would keep it at 500 horsepower, maybe do a 2.3 just to have low end torque, and leave it there. Because back when Jasmine was 500, 600, that was the most fun she's had, and she stayed there the longest. And although she is a blast now and terrifying, I do really miss that 500, 600 horsepower level and the no drama.
Well, that's why with my Mustang, I never turned it up. There's no point. Like, I was on the biggest pulley they made on the Pro Charger is just 7.5 pounds on pump gas, and I could drive it every day. And on a email tune, like, it's not even fair. You know,
And,
and
when you can go from that, when you can literally like you bolted on your kit in what, a day?
we did
So-
it in 7 hours.
Exactly. To
Yeah.
do with that with normal tools any person will have in their garage and make that kind of power, and look how long you've had it compared to throw like the same amount into an Evo or into really like anything else in that generation. It you will have issues depending on what.
Tommy, you've had Evos, right?
I had an Evo 3, couple Evo 8s.
That's right. Yeah, we've talked about this. What was done to those, the Evo 8 or anything?
My Evo 8 was like a track build. I made 380 wheel
Oh,
only
perfect.
with like a roll cage. I never blew an engine, never blew a tranny. I mean, everyone with the transfer case issues is maintenance. They don't. I mean, you have to have a lot of power to break them. Everyone says the trannies are kind of weak, but it's just like the MR 6-speed, the fourth gear is bad, and then engines, as long as you're tuned and not, running crazy high power. I mean, I think at 380 that thing would have run forever.
Oh no, I think the rule of thumb with the Evo was around like I think 350 to 420. I felt like that was always the sweet spot.
People make 600 on them all the time, but it's like
It's all good.
Rob Freddy's calling me. People make 600 all the time, but I don't know. It's just not for me.
Mod at Garage just said to James that you should run the TRC Evo. That thing is so fast.
I did. I actually did. I raced their GTR. I raced the sequential. I mean, now this is 2-3 years ago.
Whatever it is, yeah.
However, it was having some issues, so we never really got a clean actual run. It was breaking up. I forgot what the issue was all at the end of the day, but we ran. But it's one of those things where as soon as I get my new stuff once we get tuned, I'll go down and say hi to him again.
Yeah.
We'll see how she does.
But no, that thing did 190 and a half in an Evo.
I want to know what gearing that was.
Yeah, that's long gearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those things suck at like high speeds. I remember I think my RS I topped out in fifth at like 165.
Yeah.
Exactly. 150, 160, anything over that, I'm impressed.
Yeah. Like topped out. I wouldn't do it in the half.
Yeah.
So Alan is muted and not showing right now, but if you want to know what he's working on a Fox body he bought for $450.
That
he
mofo
found-
is clean now.
That he found he found the car. Alan, you go ahead, tell a story. You've been quiet the whole time, so I've been hogging the mic.
Well, I came across the car on Facebook Marketplace, and it was it was literally just one of those lucky moments where you click up and you refresh the page and it's like boom, a good deal, because literally 5 minutes later the car would have been sold.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, what was listed for sale was an 86 Fox body convertible 5.0.
It looks so good now after you polished it, dude.
After I buffed the paint out and everything, it came out pretty solid. But it was literally just sitting in a yard, and it's been parked. It was parked since 1999. And for y'all that want to see proof of that, I still have the original plate that was on the car that was tagged last in 1999.
Alan, I was listening to NSYNC and Backstreet Boys when that car started to sit.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane
So-
to think about.
It was up for sale. I went and talked to a guy named Matt. He's a really cool guy. We ended up becoming friends afterwards, and I loaded it up on the trailer. I drug it up on the trailer in the pitch dark with a flashlight and a come along, and it took a minute, but I got it up there. So kind of back to
Alan
the house.
FaceTime me when you're at the gas station when you got the Mustang. You're like, dude, check this out.
Yeah. So
Dude, there was like, that's right. It was probably what would say about 4 to 6 inches worth of trees coming out of the
yeah,
seats. There was
there
snow,
was
2
literally
inches of
trees
snow in it.
growing in the car. There was moss on the driver's seat. I wish I could show a photo right now. But,
Somebody said, who admits that? I was 9 years old. I was 9 years old. But yeah, 1999 was when I was born. Well, God, I'm so old. So old.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, Alan got the biggest score I think I've ever seen. I mean, the car actually runs for the most part, right, Alan?
Yep. I just got it to start up for the first time literally 2 days ago. And it wouldn't start because the tank had accumulated so much rust it actually seized the fuel pump.
Oh shoot.
So I had to buy, a new tank, new full sending unit, a level sensor, all that stuff. And I literally put it in the car and it fired right up.
So
It's still got the same spark plugs, the same wires. I'd already bought all this stuff, but I haven't put it on yet. I'm still doing that. So
we have a good question by Nikki. And Nikki says, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, if it's pronounced differently. What do you think of the future of cars and electric autonomous cars looking to get into the aftermarket industry, but worried there won't be much of a future? Dude, put it this way. Me and Tommy during the Project Car Challenge, we met, what were they called? The Hypercar Labs?
Hyper fast cars.
Hyper fast cars. So they quite literally showed us pictures of a 3000 GT VR4 they did with 2 Tesla engines, 2 P100D engines in a 3000 GT. So it's a 1,000 horsepower car with motors that are only this big. Right. That's just silly. I mean, it's incredible. And I've actually seen a Tesla motor on a pallet. I visited Fuel Tech and they had one and I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, that thing runs the whole car. So I personally am optimistic about electric cars. I believe that the fastest cars in the world eventually will be electric. That's just my hypothesis. If we're able to, in my opinion, if we're able to infrastructure around electric stuff, it'll happen. But it's a scary thought to me to have an electric car and go do a long road trip in it because I don't know where the charging stations are and all that. I know the Tesla GPS hasn't built in, but still, I don't like that. I don't think we're all the way there. Anybody else?
I agree.
I think they'll end up taking over as far as drag racing. There's just a video recently that one was literally destroying, 1,000 horsepower cars out the hole in an 8 mile.
Yeah, they're
in a Tesla.
They don't have much top end yet, but they're bottom end. I mean, the P100D on Motor Trend was making journalists throw up at the launch. I mean, it's because they wouldn't put their head back, and all the fluid in your brain, it doesn't have that gear shift of a brake, so it comes back and never comes back up here, and it was making people pass out and throw up. 2.2 seconds to 60. It's just
that's pretty dope.
Silly. Okay, so
guys, I'm about to head out. I gotta get up for work in the morning.
Hey, you're good. I appreciate you coming though, man.
Hey, take it easy, y'all.
Take care, brother.
So we have Kevin who says, I want to buy a 180 SX and make it slay the Virginia backroads. How should I build it? Oh, well, you know what? We'll go to Mr. Handling expert James Wood for this one. Let's see what he has to say.
Oh boy.
Yeah, dude.
So I'm not really a handling expert. I'm
just playing. You do the most time attack stuff out of all of us. That's why I ask.
The best thing to do with any car that you just get that you want to go basically be a back row car or just handle well, first go get good tires. That's probably the most important thing. I would do that before suspension or anything else, because if you spend all your money on great suspension, you have the worst tires. It's not going to stick. It's not going to be great.
My Integra feels like I'm driving on bicycle tires right now.
Yeah,
because the Integra's chassis is so much better than the tires that it can't keep up. So it's just like it's a waste of money almost until you have a good tire.
Oh yeah, so definitely go get a good tire, and then after that, I would start with basically go do some coilovers, whatever you want. My preference of choice is Fortune, and then get a streetable pair. If you're not going to go full on track car, just get a standard 2-way dampers that are good, because that suspension's going to be worn out. Let's be honest. And then the next thing is redo all the bushings in your car. That'll make the car feel a lot better, and that'd be where I would start for budget, best money spent.
David's S13 doesn't even feel like an S13 anymore because all the bushings and everything in it changed. And that thing alone, if you just do just the bushings, just all the, all the rubber stuff inside, man, that makes
Yeah,
more difference than anything.
I gave James a ride in Blue Jay-Z, and he was like, "What car is this?"
It
'Cause
didn't feel right. I'm a diehard S13, S14 fan, and I mean, I've never felt one that solid in my life.
Yeah, it feels more Skyline, but Tommy's Skyline, still feels more stout, of course. But yeah, any advice from you, Tommy?
I don't know. 180SX. Get rid of that KA truck motor, I guess would be the first thing. Besides suspension and tires. Bushings are key, like you said. Good seat. I don't know.
Yeah,
Really everything.
a good seat is overrated or underrated. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Because if you're just holding onto the wheel, you make some bad decisions.
Well,
I mean,
those stock S13 seats are bad.
they're terrible. They look like, I always call them like the penguins because they have this weird shape to them, and it looks like it's about to hug you like a penguin. Like, but you know what I'm talking about, James. That's why you're laughing. It's the same in the 4th gen Prelude.
Yep.
The
They
same
remind me
way.
of like an old Jimmy, like an old Chevy Blazer,
Exactly.
like all tweed material.
Oh, someone just corrected me. I didn't even think like this person's going to get a 180SX, so they're going to import a car. I guess it wouldn't be a KA.
I can't remember. Yeah.
A 180 comes with SR.
Okay. Yeah. Hey,
that's okay.
it's what we're used to, guys. 99.9% of the time you get a 240 chassis, and it's like, it's 180SX with a good motor in it. Which always played with my brain, right? Because 180SX and the 240SX sounds like it's like the beefier car. It's like, yeah, 240SX over 180. 180 sounds like the entry level, and instead it got a cooler engine.
I had a friend of mine ask me like what the difference was between a 180, a 240, stuff like that, and I started to explain it, and man, it's confusing. 180 is our 240, which is someone else's 200, and it's worth not. Just go wiki it.
Oh, that's right. No,
I guess
we were wrong. Hold on. It is the CA. It's a CA.
Yeah,
18. Yeah, that was my bad, guys. Sorry.
Weird. And then
went right over my head.
Yeah, it's super confusing.
Burgundy Burnout says, I'm working on an O2 Firebird GNX twin turbo V6. That's interesting. With a complete suspension upgrade, dropping 100 pounds, aiming 400 when I review it. Yeah, man, if you come to Atlanta, I'll do it. I unfortunately had to stop traveling for reviews for the most part, unless I'm already in the city. So, anyway, it's Google Lens. Okay, I would like to say the Integra that I got, it's the LS. It's the I guess the easier way to say it's like the economy dual overhead cam. The head is like not that. I get the best gas mileage in the world in that car. But it's just funny how people are like, do you like LS VTEC? I'm like, yeah, I probably will. So I'll probably change the head on it, a whole bunch of stuff later. But like I said,
the LSs are pretty. They're pretty. They're pretty boost happy for what they are.
Yeah, they're pretty
for
cool.
for any kind of Honda motor. I wouldn't boost a VTEC personally, but that's just me.
Oh no, I mean I got it because of the body, dude. To find a clean Integra was almost impossible. I mean, all the quarter panels of the one they looked at were bashed in. Their doors were messed up. Their window was bashed in. Like one of them had this giant dent in the side. And me and Kyle look at each other and go, what happened to the car, man? He goes, nothing happened. I'm like, that doesn't just happen. Like while you're parked, when there's a dent this deep in your quarter panel. We're like, did the Incredible Hulk clean up against it? And he didn't take a picture of that side for the ad, of course. So we got all the way there, like an hour away. That was most of the time what happened.
David, I got to tell you a plan that just came and started, and I guess people are in here from my stuff, so I'll let the monkey out of the bottle here. My FD, the one that has 5,000 original miles, I've been talking to a shop in Michigan about a complete billet 3-rotor NA build.
What? NA?
NA. It should be like 380 wheel NA.
That'd be the. Oh my god! I have to get a ride in that thing.
Pour. I'll let you review it. It'll be sick when it's done. But we're in like the planning stages right now. when I first asked him and
So
went over everything, he sent me an invoice for $44,000.
For
Jesus
everything.
Christ.
All billet, 100%. Like it was, but then we talked more and figured it all
That'd be a
out.
solid build, man.
That'll be sick. I need that
Tommy,
motor for the
that
FC.
invoice hurts my brain.
Yeah, like
Like-
this side plate for $13,600 for just
Wait,
the,
what's 13 grand?
just the billet side plates.
Hell, a solid 4-rotor starts right at 60, David.
Yeah, I knew. No, I know about the four rotor,
It's crazy.
but
The rotary price is insane.
but my
like,
God.
like my theory on it is like the 13B is perfectly balanced in there. If I can go with a 3-rotor NA, I'm probably way very close to like the 13B twin turbo, without the turbos and intercooler and all that nonsense. So going 4-rotor, I feel like you're just putting like so much weight up front,
Yeah. Somebody just say, what do they mean? NA, it means no force induction, so no turbo, no supercharger, naturally aspirated. Anyway, dude, if you end up doing that, that's phenomenal. I mean, that's very cool.
It should be in the works. Like it's going to take them like 8 months to complete every piece individual. It's
Like
going to be
machine everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's ITBs, 3-rotor peripheral port. It's going to be a pretty gnarly setup.
Hey, Alan, somebody just told you to 2JZ swap the Fox body. That's an interesting suggestion because he actually was thinking about doing it. That's what's funny.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Somebody, Alan, somebody said just 2JZ swap the Fox, and that's what you've been raving about for the last month.
Well, I mean, the more I sit here and think about it, there are some solid motors over here in the back of the garage that save me a lot of money. So I was considering on actually doing that, but I want to throw a bunch of nitrous at this 5.0 that's currently in here because I know I can't sell it for the car has 36,000 original miles.
Oh,
I'm never going to get what I feel the motor's worth, so I might as well just enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I don't think I'll ever get the money that I feel it's worth, so I'm just going to spray it and see what happens. It might be cool. I don't know.
What shot would you do of nitrous?
I was thinking about doing heads, intake, cam, and probably 200 on top of that.
200.
Yeah, with subframe connectors and a solid tire setup. 410 gear or 456 gear. I'm gonna rock the factory AOD and just do a shift kit and a big stall in it and just see what it does, man.
I just took a deep sigh into my microphone. It's because somebody said, "Have you ever seen the Ghost tune on the Mustang?"
Sick.
I'm like, stop that right now. Tommy, you
Yeah.
ever heard about that?
Oh, I have no idea what that is.
It's literally like
It's that
email tune that you can upload into your Mustang, and it's not, they lope it in a way. It's like
dog.
a show off tune.
the
It
cam
doesn't do
connects via
anything
Bluetooth, yo.
for power. It just goes blah 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 because the Coyote doesn't lope even with cams. It's just not how the motor works.
It literally just
It
keeps drowning the motor in fuel.
It's
Essentially.
so bad.
Yeah, I mean it's
so-
really bad.
So bad. It ruins motors. It's terrible.
One of my friends just bought a Mustang with a Ghost tune on it.
You stop that. Can you bring him down here so I can have an intervention with him right now? And the big banner will say, no ghost tunes.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm still
I'm sure we
380
could do
wheel.
that.
It just sounds a lot nastier. Still 380.
Still 3D. I mean, it's just sad when you see a motor like the Coyote motor, which is such a solid engine, and people abuse it that way. It's like, no, stop, child. Don't put that terrible tune in your car because it's cool.
Have you guys checked out the Ford Barra motor? Somebody just brought it up.
Oh, I want a Barra motor. Those things are so cool, dude.
What's that? That's just the inline six, the Ford inline six motor over in Australia.
And they refuse to give them up because
Yeah,
this
they're
is
they're
Oz.
bulletproof.
This is Oz, mate. No,
Yeah.
they can't.
It's like a 4-liter 2J.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people call it the Australian 2J.
This is my there.
You there, David?
Did we
that
lose
was
David?
weird. Anyone else? You there?
Yeah, I think we lost the host.
Oh, that's awkward.
right.
This is awkward.
Yeah.
Is this our turn?
So who's the host?
Yeah. So who has some dirt on David?
Everyone's saying Rip. How can it not just? I mean, how could you lose him? Is it's still working? Is it
Yeah.
dead on YouTube? Does anyone know? The live?
The
I don't
live
know.
chat's going and the video looks like it's still going on right now.
Is David still talking?
I don't hear him.
No, but I see him on YouTube still talking. Oh, there he is. He's commenting. He said no. I don't know how to take over the stream.
Nice, it's our stream.
Hey, David, do you know how to work YouTube?
Right.
Dude, I don't know what he can do with this.
Tommy, let me know
What's up?
what ITB setup you end up doing on that FD.
He's
'Cause,
doing complete custom billet, like all handmade. I can actually go over the invoice. It's pretty wild.
Because
Let me see.
I need to
Actually, I can get on my phone.
TFC now. I'm just
So-
trying to figure out what's the best route to do.
The invoice is where to go. What is this? I wanna go through this. Go ahead.
Oh my god,
You're back.
that was insane.
How did you get back?
I turned my Wi-Fi off and then back on again. Celebrate.
So I got the invoice. All right, here it is. Oh shit, that's not it. I lied.
Oh dear.
That's not it either. Okay, so here's the invoice. You ready?
Okay.
Yeah, let's hear it.
The billet side plates for the 20B are $13,600.
I'm sorry.
This-
That's
yeah, this
so
is new-
insane.
New FD rotor housings are $850 a piece. Everyone knows that. So when you do all the billet stuff, you can't make billet rotor housings. Obviously, I mean, I guess there is a company that does, but you get the FD ones, and then he goes and machines them so it matches. So basically, you don't just see this like cast housing and then a billet side plate, and all that stuff. So the machining is as much as the housings, almost. Then he goes and machines them for the water jackets, does the exhaust sleeve import. This is all money, None of this is free. New rotors. He's going to make a billet 20BE shaft. So the price of that's $3,900. And then
My God.
ITB custom intake CNC, custom CNC ITBs, $5,200. Rebuild kit,
Jesus.
engine assembly, and then billet main gears. The total being $44,520.
Oh, is that it?
Right.
So it's like,
So
I mean, is
Pretty-
that it, dude? Wow.
so I talked to him and like he's doing some wild stuff. Actually, I'll just shout him out. It's Chips Motorsports in Michigan, and if you check out this dude's Instagram, it's Chips_Motorsports LLC.
yeah, I've seen it.
The shit on his Instagram is mind blowing. Like the shit he's doing, it's insane. So he sent me some stuff from other shops. I obviously can't name, but other big billet rotary shops, and it's disgusting some of the stuff that he gets sent to him to fix that. Like companies that work with big drifters, we'll say from Australia or New Zealand, work
Mad
with
Mike
and
and
stuff
all
like
them.
that. What's that?
I said like Mad Mike and all them.
Yeah,
News.
somebody like him that would use like a company like PPRE, which is
Yeah.
like really known. But he's gotten stuff from companies like that or exactly that company that he sent me pictures of because he was kind of bad mouthing them, and I'm okay with that ish, but I want him to prove it. I don't want him to just bad mouth other rotary shops. And then he didn't bad mouth me, just like some of the stuff I've seen, you'd be surprised. And then he started sending me like proof, and I was like, oh my God, like this is scary stuff. And rotaries are scary because they'll work with, some bubble gum and tape. They won't work forever, but it's not hard to get them to work long enough before, there's an issue. So
Right. I mean,
all
that's
scary.
just. I mean, Tommy, that's a big commitment, dude. Like
Yeah,
that's
it's gonna be crazy.
That's a crazy commitment.
Yeah, we're gonna work it out, and like gonna pay over time, and he's got to like build each piece separately, so it'll be okay. But like I was honestly considering SR swapping the FD because I like the 13B, but to get the power that I want and to get the noises and everything, it was just hard. And the SR20, I could make 380 wheel, like doing a VET setup comfortably, reliably, rev as good as the 13B, and just like not lose the overall like soul of the car.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I can't put a Nissan motor in this, and the car's got 5,000 miles. It's perfect. I'm like, the best thing would be doing the three rotor.
So somebody just said, David, you need to let somebody babysit an R34 for $38 because of the Supra. Yeah, that was a crazy experience with that Supra, dude. I couldn't believe that. Like, I thought I was getting freaking, played. But yeah, essentially, Tommy, you heard the story, right? About it?
Yeah, I saw that you would you like have to park it or something?
No, I was coming back
That's
from
why it cost
Orlando.
$36.
Yeah. So yeah, coming back from Orlando, I see a Supra in my rearview mirror. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I end up going, hey, what's up? I like your car, the side of the road. And he goes, hey, let's go get gas. Park to get gas, get out of the car. He goes, listen, I'm from Qatar. I don't want to park my car at the airport, but I will let you drive it as much as you want if you park it at your house. I'm like, what? So I drove him to the airport, paid for the parking, went home, and then next morning grabbed it, and I did like 5 videos with it. It was awesome. And then I give the car back.
That's sick.
Sweet. Yeah. Best, I guess you could say the best car review opportunity of my life. Cause I've never had a car that long for video. It's like I film somebody's car. I drive it for 40 minutes and it's my first impression. And then, here's your car back. I never get to like really look into it. And it's kind of like with the Supra. I love the Supra, but at the same time, I think it kind of helped me realize that I think I just like sharing the Supra more than actually owning it. I like giving people rides. I like showing it to people who had never seen a Supra or ridden in a Supra. I love just the factor that everybody loves them and that it makes people excited when you're there. It's actually, I think it's almost more fun to watch a Supra accelerate because it's much more aggressive sounding outside. Because inside, there's not a lot of sound going on. James knows he has one. Oh, did you finally get rid of it?
Yeah, last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
Do Jigger?
Sweet, man.
Yeah, I replaced it. I didn't want to have another car, but now I have another car.
Did you get the one we talked about?
Sure did.
So James on Super Bowl Sunday the other night, I just did not care because I'm a car person, but I was just downstairs and it was on TV and I was like, sure, whatever. And Alejandro is like, hey, let's just watch the halftime show. I'm like, okay, let's watch the halftime show. Watch the halftime show. And then I go upstairs and my phone rings and James goes, hey, listen, what do you know about Roush Mustangs? I'm like, a good bit. Why? And he goes, well, there's this one edition that they only made like, what was it, 200 of?
So they were going to make 200 of them, but the more I looked into it, they stopped production after 53 of them.
What? Okay, so anyway, he goes, you guys are gonna think this is crazy.
Yeah,
okay,
everyone's gonna get so mad.
But listen, hear us out. James bought a Supra for, I don't know how much you got it for, but anyway, the Supra, no offense, James, it was junk. It was absolute junk. Like everything was wrong with it. It was a nightmare to work on.
It was supposed to be a 2-month turnaround, and
it turned into like almost 2 years. Because the shop before, I'm not saying any names, really screwed it up.
Yep.
So basically, he finally gets the Supra back, and somebody offers him this Roush Mustang that's pretty rare and has some value to it, and like $12K on top. He was like, "Goodbye, headache."
Yep.
I mean, it was the right decision. And the Roush Mustang Supercharged is fun.
09 Roush Stage 3 RTC low miles, and I mean it's flawless. It's in perfect condition.
Well, Dynasty just said I hated 3 valves. No, I don't. I had one. I had one for 5 years, and I had a good time in it. But I always just say that the Coyote is a better engine. It just is. It's just like the 3 valve was better than the 2 valve. The 2 valve was a Crown Vic motor. It was the police car engine. Anyway,
I like how everybody not everybody, but majority of us on here own a Mustang.
Oh,
I thought
I forgot
So I
about
was just
that.
thinking about that. All of us, like, we've
have Mustangs and
recently-
240s.
Yeah.
No, I tell people to tread lightly if they want a Mustang. I tell them, like, just do research.
Okay, so
Like,
so get this. So I got this Mustang, right? And I've driven Mustangs, never owned one. I've driven my buddy's Roush back in the day. So I drove it to work today just because actually I found out my truck had a nail in tire, so I couldn't drive that.
of
So I
course
drove
it did.
the day. So I drove the Roush, and it's fun. It has the sound when you downshift. It has the crackle in the exhaust. It sounds good. The supercharger whine, the Hurst shifter. Oh my god, that
Oh, it
thing
goes
feels
boom,
great.
boom, boom.
Oh yeah,
It feels great. Yeah.
but while driving to work, I mean, at the end of the day, like I thought it would be for this package and specialness of a car. It was kind of just
It makes the
for
right
me.
sounds, and that's in the 09, in my opinion, was right before the Blue Oval really got their crap together. I mean,
Yeah.
almost there, but it's not quite there. I mean, put it this way: did you have more fun driving Smurf than the Roush? What do you think?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And I was a all motor bolt-on
Yeah.
Coyote. Anyway, so Mod at Garage says, well, I'm going back to work before I get canned. Check your emails. All right. Well, thank you for being that dedicated. That's awesome. Anyway, moving on.
I've never owned an American car in my life.
Oh, really?
Never. It's weird. Never in my life.
Not weird. It's just preference, man. Like
I actually started with domestic.
Yeah, it's always
tried
that
to buy a
stupid
Fox
import
one
versus
one
domestic,
time.
but
Didn't really go well.
there's one Fox Body on Craigslist right now for like $5,800. It's really nice. I'm like, man, I should have bought that over that coupe. Because if I wanted to just do a drag car, it's so much easier. Just boop, here's a new engine, and you could get a Ford OEM engine to be like, here you go, it's better.
I never had people saying I had trucks and Jeeps. Never had an American car.
Car, yeah,
Car.
car. Let's see here.
Truck.
Well,
Is
before you jump into another topic, I'm going to jump off because I got to work in the morning as well.
It's all good, dude. Appreciate you
but-
coming.
David, for your knowledge, today I just ordered my new 8 injector intake for Jasmine
Goodness gracious.
from our Aussie friends over at what is it? Custom Plenum Creations.
All right.
No man, it's gonna be it's gonna be fun, and we're gonna do some
James,
fun things.
stop modding Jasmine.
I can't. I don't know. Like the Super's gone, so I'm like, oh, there's no longer 3 cars I got to work on. So now the S15's been. I got way too much stuff for the S15 last month.
Wait, so
now I'm like, the
Shaler,
Super's gone.
wait. Pause, James. I'm sorry, but Shaler, who I know, he just said $20 towards Tommy's first muscle car. Anyway, James, 8 injector setup, and that's
well, we're gonna have some fun with Jasmine here soon. The S15's been getting a lot of love, so I'm trying to get that to fabrication here real soon. And now the Super's gone, so big things happening here pretty soon. So
awesome.
Hell yeah.
I think that's a good way to close out the night. For you,
Yeah.
I'm still.
Yeah, for me.
I'll just talk to myself. If everybody else wants to go, I'll just hang out. Because what's funny? The other day I realized, like, I know everybody here knows this. When I get going, I talk way too much, and I know that for a fact. But it's just funny when I come to realize I think I know why, and it's because I talk to something for a living that does not talk back. It's literally almost the equivalent of me talking to this Red Bull. Like when you're filming, like this is the feedback you're getting. What do you think of this, guys?
Sick, right?
Sick, dude. Wow. I hope they like it in the comment section.
all right, guys. Well, had fun. We'll see you guys next time. And
All right, brother. Take care.
have
Later,
fun,
man.
man. We'll talk to you guys all soon.
Let me know about that injector setup, man.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna need your help
Yeah.
on something.
I'm curious to know what it. Well,
Ron,
offline we'll talk numbers.
what are you doing here?
I can't sleep.
Oh, you just missed us. You just missed us.
I did. I want to see what you guys were talking about.
We are talking about injector setup and how James is leaving us now.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
James
Oh, at
is
least it
talking
didn't
about
change
making
shirts
the
again.
Evo faster, right?
James,
So,
you already rant to me how scary it is and that you shouldn't be faster, and now you're like, oh, mega faster. Oh,
Oh man, you
I
guys know how it
experience
is.
high tide.
Hey,
Oh.
I feel you, bro. A car ain't a car that I like unless it scares the shit out of me. If you're too comfortable in it, it's just boring, in my opinion. You're too comfortable,
I mean,
you know.
Like if she has more, then why not just squeeze a little more out of her? And I mean,
Exactly, dude.
she's been happy. So I mean, and plus I want to do something different. Not a lot of people do 8 injector setups for like these massive, crazy horsepower, drag cars. So I thought it'd be fun. I haven't done the adding injectors on any car, so
Well, I
might as
mean,
get
it's
some experience in it.
well, I mean, 500 horsepower isn't fast anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Well,
like
and that's what it is.
like
So
six years
everyone will
ago,
hit.
500 was like, damn, dude, you're fast as hell. Now you got like 1,000 wheels, like entry level. Yeah,
Dude, that's what it is.
crazy,
Everyone
man.
hits that. Everyone hits that point, and like their car's happy. But then you get used to it, and you're like, yeah. And you see these parts online, and you see other people's Evos, and you start getting ideas, and then you make stupid decisions and order a really expensive intake.
Hell
So,
yeah, that's how you do it, man.
Might as well make it
Send
pretty.
it, James.
You
Send
gotta
it.
send it, dude.
Oh boy.
My God.
Wait, Alan.
Oh my
show him.
god.
Show him.
What?
Put it on the stream.
I don't think I can.
The
Oh wait, hold on.
intercooler.
Show the S15. Is that what you're saying?
No, the intercooler for the S15.
Oh, I want to see it.
Say it.
Hold
You have
on.
to talk.
Hold on.
Turn
let me,
your phone horizontal for the reveal.
Yeah, for the
David, you
reveal.
should send Rob an invite.
I did actually. I think I sent it to the right email. If not, I'll do it at a different one. Here, let me try a different one.
Does everybody see
He
it?
just emailed me. Ooh, send it.
I think I got. Oh, wait. Here we go. All right, I've just sent
There
him
it
another
is.
one.
Show it, Alan.
What? See it?
Send it. Oh my god. Wow.
It's Rob at superspeeders.com.
Yeah, I got it. I just did it. Just sent it. Literally sent it.
Literally.
I'm still gonna send it.
I was going to send it. Speaking of that, James is almost about to send it with the S15 also.
Yeah, here soon it's going to fabrication to get everything that could be possibly fabricated is all going to be custom done, and then it's pretty much just harness and there you go.
I invited Rob.
David.
He'll be here. What's up?
Let me ask you with your car knowledge.
Okay.
Now I use this term lightly, and Tommy can agree with this one too. How many street legal F15 2Js do you know of?
None.
Besides James, Adam LZ, and me.
I agree with Tommy.
Till zero.
Big fat zero. Let me clarify. Without playing the system.
Federal.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Let me do this. How many people do y'all know
Yeah, do it.
with a 1986 2JZ swapped convertible Fox body?
I'd like to repeat my answer from the last question.
Tag's gonna say no 5-0. It's happening.
Do it.
As soon as I blow this push rod motor up, it's
Watch
happening.
it just run
2J
forever.
world.
That'd be amazing.
I'm
If it just,
gonna put this,
Never ran into a motor he couldn't.
Dude, look, I got a 4-inch Cal hood. How American is that, dude?
All
I'm
bald
gonna
eagles.
I'm gonna have to do
Yeah,
a
so-
hood in the coupe for sure.
I made it easier so in case I get a nitrous backfire, it just blows through the hood a little bit easier so it doesn't mess a lot of shit up.
That'll work.
So yeah, it makes it just
Good
it's that much
thinking.
more pliable, You gotta think ahead, man.
So your reasoning behind it is when something goes wrong, We'll make it the best case scenario.
Exactly. It'll just shatter my hood into a million pieces instead of, blowing like a cannonball through my hood, so. But it also looks better. It looks more badass. So I'm going to rock it, see how it does.
Tommy, somebody just asked, what do you think of a 4-rotor?
I think it's too heavy. I think it's all hype.
Yeah?
I do too.
It's cool. I have respect for it, but
I'm supposed to see that.
Well, I mean, the guys in at World Cup finals and Import First Domestic from Puerto Rico, dude, they run 2 or 3 rotors, and they're doing 6 seconds. So I can't really say anything. What's up?
You don't need 4 rotors.
No, it's just really cool.
It's just expensive. It is so much money.
It's ridiculously expensive.
60 grand. It's crazy.
And just imagine breaking it, and then you're like, "Shit."
Hey Ron,
this.
you remember that black 4-rotor at Import Alliance? That 4-rotor FD?
Yeah, from Alabama.
I talked
yes,
to Rob Dom,
dude, that dude has so much into that drivetrain.
It's such a beautiful car, though.
It is. It's very beautiful. Yeah.
He picked and prodded Rob Dom's brain to replicate that build. Now he forever lives in Dom's shadow.
Well, what's funny is what's funny though is, I understand how much money it is. I really do, but it's just funny how they built that car in what was it, less than a year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
insane.
And it was really funny because we had the 2J ZFD at the time, and so we were in the same building. So of course we're gonna clash. They're like, what are you doing? But they ended up being really cool people, man.
Yeah, they were really
humble,
chill,
really cool individuals. So
rotary people are usually weird.
Right? They're like, oh, you took a rotary out of an FD? Oh my gosh, no, you did. I'm calling the police.
I'm calling the police.
Look, Rob's here.
I know that shade though.
Rob, why aren't you here?
I sent you an email invite through Google Hangouts. Talk about the DJ controller in front of you. Okay. Well, a lot of people don't. I'll do this really quick. I'm not going to actually use it, but this is some channel on my second channel that a lot of people. It's funny, on my second channel, they'll find my second channel and I'll be doing this, right? And they're like, this is dumb. Where's the car stuff? I'm like, wrong place. Go back to the other one. My second channel is my goof around channel where I upload whatever I want. But I'll do secret streams of me teaching myself how to use this. And I delete them afterwards due to musical copyright. So I just been doing this for 2 months and I'm just having fun. That's all I do with it. Anyway, it's really fun for me. It's therapeutic. So that's why I do it. And usually about 50 people watch the secret stream on the second channel. So if you're interested in I'm not really go, but if you're interested in the second channel, which is more like a vlog channel, then the description under this stream.
David, I watch it.
Thanks, Ron. I appreciate it.
Get to know David Patterson.
Brianna,
I'm watching you
I don't think
from the time you started, you've gotten so good.
Oh, what? Oh, on this?
So from the time you started, I'm watching you literally progress.
Yeah, well, what's cool about it is that when people watch, a lot of people are professional DJs. So they'll come in and I'm like, oh, don't think I'm trying to impress you, Right. And they give me tips, they help me out, and they say try this or try that, and I do, and then it gives me a little bit more confidence next time I do it. And yeah, it's just really fun because sharing music it's something that everybody loves, so that's why I love it too. If I wasn't doing car stuff, I'd be doing music stuff. There's no doubt about it. Anyway, enough about me. Let's see here. I will say
we're on your channel, David.
Hey, I'm trying to be courteous here. Okay. But no, I like this stuff. It's so funny because it took me
you're too courteous.
Well, okay. Well, this is this took me almost 2 months to figure out how to hook it up to a live stream because this is the entry level one. And you normally it's like one plug. If you have like a nicer one, like a $900 one, you just plug it in. This we had to like MacGyver some stuff to make it work, but it works just fine. Anyway, what was I was
I'm
gonna say
gone.
something.
Man,
Yeah, okay,
I'm
sorry,
listening
James.
to you.
Yeah,
Talking
later.
about cars, you can't stop. So, bye, guys.
Bye,
Have
guys.
fun.
Bye,
See you guys
James.
Bye, James.
No,
Hey, I'll see you tomorrow.
I think I'm actually out
Bye,
too,
boo.
David. I'll talk to you later.
It's all good, Tommy. Thank you for showing up at short notice. Appreciate it.
Anytime. Later.
Bye, guys.
See you guys later.
Later. So I am gonna stream until 9:30. I think that's a safe an hour and a half. Sounds solid.
Sounds good.
Solid.
This sounds good to me. So I would say that car stuff is so easy to talk about that it's like, have you noticed we haven't even missed a beat tonight? It's just funny how we're like, oh yeah, what about that one thing? Oh yeah, VW, you're stupid. And we went on, but yeah, I think it's cool that, you know, Alan, I'm proud of you for diving into another project. I think that's really cool. I have 2 projects going on at once, which is just the stupidest idea on planet Earth. Don't
Good
ever
job,
do
David.
that.
Good
I've
job,
literally-
Don't
David.
ever do
I've
that.
literally accumulated another one. This is now going on 4. So
Can you have as much fun in an auto as a manual? I argue yes. I modern auto transmissions are sick, like with paddles and stuff like that. Like
the 8-speed's sick.
yeah,
too.
like
The new
Porsche
8-speed.
PDK and all that. Like dude, the new Mustang has a 10-speed in it, an automatic 10-speed.
Oh, no.
The GM 8-speed's sick too. Man.
It's just it's developed by the same people.
yeah.
They collaborated on it. But Ron, before you hate on it, one company, they put a Whipple on a new 2018 with the 10-speed, and it ran like mid-10s already. So I'm like,
I've never driven it, so I can't say.
exactly.
Yeah, you can't argue with it honestly, but fun wise,
No.
like, come on. No.
Okay, paddles aren't auto, Rob. That's true, but I mean, I still can have fun in an auto car. It doesn't bother me. Like if it's like a CTSV or something, if they didn't have paddles in that, I would drive it. My first car was automatic. I still had fun in it. But if you're trying to be more on the enthusiast side, I think you should at least try to drive a stick. I think it's really important.
Yes.
Because you'll understand how it works.
100%.
You'll understand how everything's going together and in mainstream, and then you'll understand the term driver bod. You'll understand all that kind of stuff, and you'll learn how to understand the importance of shifting and shifting well and not shredding gears.
And not getting in here.
Yeah. But yeah. The thank you, dealer. That's awesome. The TRC 240SX. It's a stock Toyota auto that's built, and it runs 790s, and he drives it on the street.
With
I
no
drove it.
cage.
Yeah, with no cage. I drove it
He is
when
crazy.
I was down there, and it was very, very scary.
That's questionable.
I would not want that to happen.
I was happy to meet him for the first time in Ocala on the
You
Project
were
Car
stoked.
Challenge.
You
Yeah.
were really stoked.
I was stoked.
Oh
That-
yeah.
That dude has said it for a lot of these swap JZ guys with the S chassis, man.
Yeah.
He definitely proves a lot of all those myths wrong.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you need this, you need that. No, man, just a sick motor, solid rear end. We don't need a cage. We'll just
Dope-ass
run
trim.
7.9s, run
And
a
then get
pass,
kicked out.
get kicked off the track, and then just go to Taco Bell afterwards. Go hit the drive-through. He drove it home after one pass. I was like, man, that's insane. I respect that a
awesome.
lot.
No, I
So-
mean, it's funny, the story of doing the TRC cars, a lot of people don't know, but back in 2015 when I did it, I drove with James Modest, who was just on here. We drove down to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and that's where TRC is located. And they brought out the orange TA Viper that was 640 wheel horsepower with headers and a tune. Unreal. Unbelievable car. And it was so much fun. And then I drove a ZL1 Camaro that had about 600. And so Heavier and Keith made it very clear, don't come down here expecting to drive the Supra. And I said, that's totally cool, dude. Your Supra is like flawless and it has like 1100 wheel horsepower. I totally get it. But he basically said, okay, I saw you drive those other cars. You were very responsible and you weren't stupid. So do you want to drive the Supra? And I was like, are you kidding? So the next morning, woke up, never driven a Supra in my entire life. And the first one I drive is like 1,000 horsepower. And I get in the car. It's the first car. I remember it was the first car in years that made me nervous the night before. I was actually legitimately scared because it was such a beautiful car and everything else. And I get there, get in the driver's seat. I'm like, oh my God. And then I did it. I did one pull. He had it on low boost the first pull. He noticed that, and then he turned it up to another notch after I did my first pull because it was like, oh, you can handle it. And so I did that. And if you watch the video, my face is just cold. I'm just focused. I don't say a word when I do a pull.
You had the Jasmine face on when you first
Jasmine face. That's a good way to put it. Jasmine face. And I pull in. I survived. And then after that, he was like, hey, do you want to drive the 240? I'm like, and he goes, on one condition, you can't floor it all the way. Because it's a 7-second car and the auto trans, unless you know it, is unpredictable. So I go, that's fair. So I did 3/4 throttle and it still ripped my face off. Like, I mean, that was probably a 9-second car when I drove.
And it was slow then.
That was
it's
slow.
so much faster.
Well, when I drove it, it was 870 at 158 in the quarter.
Now that car's like 1,200, 1,300 wheels, somewhere around there.
Yeah. I mean, it was just insane. So after that, I was like, I can drive anything. Like, not in an arrogant way, but like I have mental steel. I can just do it. And that's why when I drove Jasmine the second time, when it was 1,000 horsepower, I don't even blink. I just did it. I was just like, let's go. And it actually hooked. Somebody asked, are you going to Caffeine Octane Sunday? I'm going to try to, because me and Alan were actually going to go together. And he was going to drive the 240 and I was going to drive the Mustang. But, excuse me, that Red Bull burp though. But it's free, probably.
I'm down.
David, question. Answer. Can you review my S15?
Yes. Would you like an easy button with that?
Right.
That works. So.
No, but seriously though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, read the question.
Sorry. Are you going to Import Alliance this year? Yeah, I'm gonna try to get my own booth this year. Because by then, oh wow, they sold the 240. No way. That's insane. Thanks for letting me know though. I wouldn't have been an idiot being like, "How's the 240 heavier?"
Wait, they sold it?
I think they sold it. Yeah, according to Modded All Garage, but it's still in Florida.
Oh wow.
Anyway, back to what I was saying.
I'm in Florida.
Oh yeah, back to what I was saying. The Import Alliance stuff, I'm going to try to have my own booth because people who are watching have a sneak peek because myself and somebody else on YouTube are actually collaborating on starting our own detail product line that will kick the ass of everybody else. And that's
David just cursed. Put that right there. Just
what I'm saying is not financially, but I'm saying as in the product itself, it has
quality,
better quality content in it. It's going to be half the price of all the premium brands. 32 ounces of product for the same price as 16 ounces everybody else. Whole line of stuff.
You're going to be the Uber of car care products.
I hope so. I mean, I'm so excited. I can't tell you enough. We actually put out our first order of production, but the problem is they they actually printed all our labels wrong. So yeah, we have to wait on that again. But I'm very, very excited. Spray cannon will be in the second phase, Dutch. So we're doing it in phases. So give me 1 second. I'll tell you the phases now that we're talking about it. And I'm just really excited about this. It's the most excited I've been about something on YouTube and like sharing things in such a long time. Because I think people truly get ripped off buying detail stuff. I've seen the margins made by other companies and it's just not fair. Like this is just gross. So we're going to decrease that.
Thanks so much for your help.
David, are you guys out to iTrack on Friday? Or
I'll be there. Yeah. Okay. So phase 1 is car wash, high-end wax, spray wax, quick detailer, tire shine, wheel cleaner, and leather cleaner. And the leather cleaner will be vanilla. It's going to smell delicious. Everything has a really good smell. I'll just give away one, but I'm really excited. Mata Garage said again, do you remember the race they did with the red boat GTR Evo? Same guy. Whoa, the same guy bought the 240 with the boat. That's down. So Dan's Corvette got wrecked. Yeah, I know, man. It sucks.
At least he's all right.
My 05. Like, oh yeah, Dutch. Dude, you've been. I know this sounds like really cheesy, but the Dutch Texan has been with my channel forever, and that means a lot from somebody.
Tip the hat.
No, seriously, like I mean it. Like that's so awesome that like somebody who knows me so well through the videos and stuff is supportive that way. And that's how I feel Brianna is. That's how I feel everybody in here. But like this is a secret that I let everybody know. And I think I'm going to be trying to sell some at Import Alliance. So if you want to see what it's like, and the bottles, dude, the labels are so cool. They're like blue carbon fiber. It's really cool. And it's not, I think the most beautiful thing about it is that we made sure it wasn't going to be a gimmick. We made sure that it's not even called That Dude in Blues stuff. So we made sure it's a legitimate car detailing stuff.
Is your partner going to be at Import Alliance also?
He will not be there. Yeah. Okay. I'll reveal the partner later. But he is a genius. Right. He doesn't make videos like me per se, but he's big in his own way. I've collaborated with him before. So I'm very, very excited about doing that. In fact, to the point, I'd like to hear everybody in the comment section. What are you looking forward to with this stuff? So I can get some feedback by a very private, small amount of people. So that way it's not just kind of clouded. So I'm very, very excited about all this.
I will take a giant sticker to put on the race.
Okay.
Yeah, sign me up for
if
one.
you guys, I want to send the stuff out. I want it to be legitimate. I don't want it to be forcing it in people's face. In fact, I'm gonna ask right now if people. Hold on. Let's see here. Give me some air freshener. Oh, I think, the wash is going to smell like a certain air freshener, which is good. Life 444 is still going. Unfortunately, we had some financial issues. So we've had to cease production. So it's a bummer, but we'll be back. We'll be back eventually. So this is what I'm doing. Brianna, we got you. We're doing it. Fabric cleaner. Yep, we will have fabric cleaner. We're gonna have it all, dude. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Looking for good cost and good quality. Take care. Good. So, would you guys? Our About Us label is like so awesome. Like in a nutshell, it says, "Go beat the crap out of your car. Like, don't worry, we got you. We'll get anything off of it." That's like the nutshell is like, go out for a drive, do whatever you want, don't keep your car in the garage. That's not what the stuff's made for. The stuff is so powerful. It's not going to eat away your paint, but it's going to be really good. So I'm stoked. Enough of that. Enough of talking about my product because that seems a little selloutish, but I'm just really excited.
You're keeping awareness. I like it. I think
I'm
it's a great idea.
so
And you're
excited.
so passionate about it. I haven't seen you passionate about something like this in a while.
Yeah, and just stoked. Oh, it's 9:30. What do you guys think? Do you guys want to keep chilling?
You call it, admin.
I'm down. Like we
You
can,
down?
we can stop whenever, but I'm down to keep going.
Hold on 1 second.
I'm literally just chilling in my Fox body. It's a little comfortable without a passenger seat in here.
Nice.
It's not too bad. Pretty cozy.
Yeah, David, are you gonna come finally drive at iTrack with us, or are you gonna?
Dude, I want to. I just don't want to do it on those Academy tires. You know, like
Just bring Blue Jay-Z.
I'll crash into the
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah, don't do that.
Crash into a wall. There's so much room there.
Those barriers do work though, man.
They
Yeah,
do.
dude.
Bears
One
are
tap of
nice.
those barriers, dude.
There's room.
Done.
Yeah,
I mean,
those things can wipe out a quarter panel.
even run on the economic tires. It's really fun.
It'll undersear terribly.
I think those tires you got on there would get too hot, personally.
I think so too. And I have and dude, the brakes, James, there's nothing there. They don't stop.
What? Oh, you haven't even touched the brakes yet?
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We're not there yet. I'm not scared of track days. We just did 3 with a 9-hour drive. I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, David, you killed it. Out of everyone there, you definitely did kill it for sure.
Yeah, we went crazy. I spun out at Daytona and kept driving. Like, meanwhile, not saying anything, some people went to Daytona and got scared and just left.
Yeah.
So
They
I don't
chickened out.
I want to hear that.
Oh, David, I don't think actually, let me answer a question. Some guy named Danny just asked how the car scene is at Clemson. So Clemson, like the actual university, has the oldest sports car club in the country, like college based. It started in 1990.
Wow.
But the car scene's really big up here. We hold autocrosses about once a month. We go do drag races. We'll go up to the mountains. Basically, a bunch of students have a lot of cool cars here. That's my shameless plug for the sports car club. I used to be the president of it when I was a student. But speaking of rain, I want to say my first hill climb I did was, it basically rained the whole weekend. And we got there, we were on slicks, and I was kind of talking to my mentor at the time because I wasn't going to run. Like, we trailered the car up there, like I was scared to death, like I was not going to run. And he told me, he's like, hey, water doesn't pool on a mountain, just go race up it and do your best. I'm like, great, cool. Took that advice, and then found where water pooled on the mountain and slid a little bit, but got up there, and it was the most terrifying and also the most fun experience I've ever had.
How about this, James? You said the autocross is the 23rd, correct?
No, let me find out when the next one is. Lanier's the 23rd.
Sorry, yeah, got that mixed up.
Let me pull up the autocross schedule real quick.
Because Alan, we can autocross Blue Jay-Z. I'm down to do that,
Yeah, man. I think it'll do good.
especially with the Michelin's on it now.
Yeah.
Dude, let's do it. You got far from my house.
I'm curious to know how well it do on like a flat track, because Sebring was a little rough. Daytona
it was
rained,
so rough.
so you couldn't really open it up. So
The next autocross is February 17th.
Wait, tomorrow?
No, the 17th.
17th. Okay, you cut out. It sounded like 7th. I was like, bruh.
No, it's the 17th. So it'll be,
I mean, I would have done it. I would have showed up tomorrow. I'd be like, I'm about it. Let's
there you
go.
go. Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, Blue Jay-Z has that cause LSD in it, so it would just drift everything. It would just go and then go around a corner, like a welded death. But it'd still be a lot of fun. Yeah, because I'm totally down to autocross with my cars, because it's a lot lower risk, and also it's
Like no wear and tear.
yeah, there's almost no wear into. You're right. So yeah, what are you laughing about, Alan?
No, it's you say it's no wear and tear, but like you're always going to try and beat your previous lap. So it's kind of like
yeah, but like the thing you're gonna tear up is end up gonna be like tires, like that. That's what you.
Oh yeah, not like that.
Like no one's gonna smash into a wall at autocross.
Hey, my brother works at Z1. Z1's down in Carrollton, I
John.
think.
Yep. Shout out to John Parr.
Shout out to John.
They do great work.
Yeah, they do. They're the
Right
king
down
of,
the street. I live
king
right
of
down the
Zs,
street from
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'd be really cool because I haven't done an autocross in Blue JZ yet. So I'd be interested to see how it did. But I think I'd be in second gear. Yeah, I'd be in second or third, just easing into it.
You probably with our course, my car gets into third.
I'd be in third then because my first and second, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
It just done. And that's it. So, random question: thoughts on this year's Super Bowl? I don't really watch sports that often, but
I'm glad the Patriots didn't win.
okay, there you go. Yeah, I thought it was cool the Eagles won.
Brady
Yeah,
Brady has an arm. I mean,
No,
literally, he
you
is
gotta
so
think about it
accurate.
like
He throws.
this.
He launches
Brady would've won,
missiles,
he may
bro.
have just retired.
But yeah. But he should have retired last year. That's all I'm saying. He said he was going
one
to.
more. Now he's going to chase it
Well.
again, and they're going to be in the next Super Bowl.
I guess.
Yeah, but whatever. I couldn't like. We know what's funny though. Out of everything,
And the next topic is
no. Listen to this one though. Out of everything that I saw during that kid that became a meme because he
Oh
was just
my
ignoring
God,
Justin Timberlake.
I
Right next to
called
you, he's
it.
like, I don't want to
called
deal
it.
with you, and he's just texting. It's like that just shows how old I am.
shy. Dude, the kid
Okay,
didn't know what to do.
but okay, if he was shy, then why he was Snapchatting? He was like,
Well, no,
hey,
because
look,
okay,
check it.
hold on. Stop. You got to think about it like this. If you're nervous in a crowd or like at a party you've never been, you're always in your phone. Always. Maybe he
True,
was nervous.
but at the
He had a
same
camera and
time,
Justin Timberlake next to him, for God's sake.
okay, I'll give an example though. Same way. Okay, so Alejandra loves Paramore, and
Yeah, she's
we
just seen 'em,
saw
right?
we saw Paramore, and they're amazing. Like, right? They sound like the record, 100%. And she invites people to sing on stage with her, and this one dude the whole time is just on his phone recording. I'm like, put your phone down and enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
You're on stage
Yeah.
with Haley Williams, like she's freaking gorgeous. Hang out with her. Don't be like, look, dude. Like all out of all those people in the auditorium, they could have gone up there and like really enjoyed the moment. And he was just like, film. I'm like, dude, come on. But I
You
just
gotta
makes
do
me
it for the
sound
likes,
old.
bro.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just strange. I don't know. I could never do that. I mean, it's one thing for your friend in the audience to be like and tell him, "Hey, can you record this?" But it's another thing to be like on the stage in her face with the phone
Yeah.
like, right here.
It's the moment, though. They want to, they don't know what it is like to live in the moment. They want to look at it forever.
So
and
strange.
ever and ever and ever.
Anyway,
You ruin it. Actually.
that's going off topic, but it was weird. Anyway, other than that, anything else? We good, fam?
I'm about to have to call it.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it as well. I'm gonna go hang out with the lady and maybe play PUBG or something.
David,
Why
I'll
is everyone
talk to you,
playing
like,
that game?
Because it's really
Everyone plays it.
because it's addictive. I hated it at first because I died so quickly, and then I actually learned how to get people, and then
Yeah, you should hear James play it. Oh my lord!
yeah.
I'm in the room trying to sleep, and James like, motherfucker!
All right, y'all. I want to thank everybody for showing up on such short notice. Like we had consistent about 500 viewers. Amazing. I didn't even give anybody a warning about this. Freaking awesome. And
Do it again.
I will.
Do it
Are
again
you guys
next
down to
time.
do this like once every 2 weeks or something?
Oh,
I'm
for
down.
sure.
I'm down.
All right.
Good.
I'll just give everybody a more heads up next time. Sorry about that. I just was like, hey, I had a video yesterday. I don't have a video today, so let's fill in the gap. Let's do it.
All right.
All that good stuff. So see y'all. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your support.
No problem.
And thanks everybody else for coming.
Take
Later,
care,
y'all.
everybody.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.